Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 17 online connected franchise mode game. As you guys see the NFC playoff picture for the Primetime Football League, this game is a big matchup between divisional rivals, the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. A lot on the line today as Thomas, Rawls running, he's in the second level. Thomas the train all the way 55 yards on his first carry of the game for the 11-2 Seattle Seahawks, who go on the road to face the 10-3 Los Angeles Rams in a game that could decide who wins the division and who potentially could get a first-round bye in the playoffs, as we settle for the field goal up and good for Hauschka after that missed third down attempt to Jimmy Graham, as Tavon Austin returning the ball but only to the 16-yard line. Now Jared Goff and Todd Gurley, the running back and quarterback duo, which is interesting because the Los Angeles Rams also have Drew Brees on their roster. Someone cut Drew Brees in the franchise. The Rams picked them up in free agency, and Drew Brees has been starting a couple of games for the Rams, but we do see Jared Goff early in this one as Todd Gurley is forced out of bounds after a rush of 5 yards. Next play, that's dropped in coverage by Higbee. 3rd down and 5. Jared Goff showing some poise, but the ball is on the ground. It is picked up back by Nelson, I believe the man who coughed it up, as right now the Rams doing a lot of checkdowns right now. A lot of short passing, a little bit of running. That one's going to move the chains for a first down right there, and Goff off to a good start. 4 for 5 passing, and like I said, this is a big game right here. This is going to decide maybe who gets the #1 seed in the NFC. Who knows, depending on how these things play themselves out. Or, you know, what team loses here, they might miss the playoffs. It is pretty catastrophic that someone misses the playoffs between these two teams. They do have both coming into this game very good records, but you just never know what can happen in the NFL. Just like right there, the Rams looked like they were moving the ball well, but then Earl Thomas shut the drive down. A little user pick right there. Brian putting his hands in the cookie jar. We're not going to allow him to get away with that one as we throw it to Rawls out the backfield. A gain of about 2.5 yards. 2nd down, screen pass. Walden is knocked down on his backside. 3rd and 7. Wilson under pressure and taken down. Aaron Donald, the fierce defensive tackle who may be the best defensive lineman in the NFL today, getting that sack, stopping the drive. And now Todd Gurley brings back the offense, fighting for a gain of 6 yards. Next play, Goff throws an interception. KJ Wright, the 20, the 10 right. Touchdown, Seahawks! What a play right there! A costly mistake for the young Goff, the second-year quarterback. You absolutely cannot do that, especially in a game that means so much like this. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is that we actually play the Rams one more time in this season. We played them for the first time this season in week 15, and then we close out our season in week 17 against the Rams once again as Goff coughs the ball up. Once again, the Rams recover. This game could be a lot worse if the Rams weren't recovering fumbles right now, but nonetheless, 4th down and 20, forced to punt this ball away, and here's Tyler Lockett sizing up the return team, and he's going to take it to about midfield right there. A little draw play to Rawls. Got a good chunky yardage right there. Gonna truck a defender and move the chains on that one. In fact, is Rawls back-to-back carries and just running over anyone in the way right now, just being the more physical team. But the Rams, they have a stingy defense, including Ogletree, who gets half a sack right there. 3rd down and 19. What a pass, what a read. CJ Prosise gets the first down on a play that looked like that, you know, all I really wanted to do was get into field goal range with what I was trying to do. I just ran a couple of curl routes right there as we throw it to Graham. Now all of a sudden the drive's still alive, and we got the ball at the 1-yard line. Rawls, touchdown! And we go up 17-0 in complete control of this one. For the Rams, they gotta find an answer on the offensive end. Like I said, you know, mainly a short passing game, but it worked very well on the first drive. But ever since that first drive, this team seems to be a little bit rattled as Todd Gurley gonna truck a defender right there. But nonetheless, a 3rd down and 7 comes up. Minute 40 left in the half. Got a man. Nice post route in the middle of the field for the first down. Maybe Goff can catch catch his stride now. First down under pressure. Gotta throw down one way. Smart decision right there. No one was open. A little jet sweep on second down, but the Seahawks defense is all over this. This is a matchup with two of the best defenses in the NFL, and they're both playing pretty well right now. Man open in the middle. It is dropped. There is a flag on the field, and it is holding on Todd Gurley. We're going to decline that penalty, bring up fourth down, and you guys know this is a sim league, so there's no going for it on fourth down in any crazy situations like that. So that's Johnny Hecker punting it to the 6-yard line, and with 45 seconds left before halftime, our main goal is to not turn the ball over right here. Well, maybe we can push the pressure a little bit, you know, try to get a first down, maybe move it in the field goal range, but we're just going to not turn it over. We got some time to throw the football here, so we're going to survey the field and find Jermaine Kearse naturally get the first down right here. And we're going to call a timeout just because, you know, we're not going to push it too hard. We're not going to force it in right there. I really want to throw it to, like, Graham or throw the post route, but he was all over the curl route and the post route. It was a little bit risky. So at that point, we're just going to, you know, call one more time out here, see if we can get a Hail Mary. If not, go into halftime with a 17-0 lead, and we might be getting ball coming out of halftime too. I believe we got ball at the start of the game, I believe. Yeah, so he's gonna get ball to start the third quarter, and look at this, man. My man starts like goofing around the back of the end zone with Tavon Austin. That could be a mistake though. Oh, Tyler Lockett trying to make him pay right there. Now Brian and I, you know, we're, you know, pretty good friends or whatever, so that was just, you know, messing around right there. Like, we're in the Skype calls, we play this game and stuff like that, so you know, we're just messing around in this one. As you guys see, third down and 9. He is struggling right now on the offensive end, but that drag route's actually going to be turned up all the way for a first down. Still Jared Goff at the quarterback position in the third quarter. No signs of Drew Brees, the man who has led the Rams to this great record since he was picked up. Flag on the field, ball thrown away. It looks like it's holding, and it is on Eric Flowers, the left tackle. We decline the penalty, though. Bring up third down and 10, and J.J. Nelson got the first down right there and a couple extra yards right after. I mean, if we declined the penalty, that screen pass would have probably worked for a first down anyways. He got a lot of yardage on that one as he loses 5 on his next play. Rolling out the pocket on the run. Got his man for a catch, and this drive is an important drive. Got to get some points right here, but that is going to be a stop. Trey Mason gets stopped, and that field goal is up and good. Now, he did get points on the drive, but, man, there was a great opportunity to convert a third down inches and maybe punch that in for 7 to keep that, you know, once the drive kept on going. But, instead, we get the ball right back here, and, you know, even though we did score in a pick 6, our offense hasn't looked too bad. You know, Russell Wilson's 9 for 12 passing. Thomas Rawls busted off that one big run. Look at our man wide open, CJ Prosise. And very quickly, we just kind of walked our way to the 27-yard line. Not without much effort, you know. Is Thomas Rawls going to get blown up right there as I say that. We got to do a little bit extra to try to get ourselves into the end zone. Oh, that was a dicey pass. Trying to squeeze it into a very tight window for Jimmy Graham. He wasn't able to hold on. Third down and 12. Russell Wilson throwing. And it's caught. Touchdown. Prosise. The Seattle Seahawks up 24-3 after a spectacular throw in the back of the end zone by Russell Wilson, showing why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game, and Richard Sherman showing why he's one of the best cornerbacks in the game, shutting down that streak route right there. Oh baby, Cam Chancellor, you may catch that ball, but Cam will make you second think, even going in the middle of the field to attempt to catch as Sherman pokes the ball loose, and Bogle's got himself another interception. Bogle may be on his way to winning defensive rookie of the year, I should say, with the performance he's had this season for the Seahawks, who are on their way to potentially winning the division right here. We don't clinch the division with a victory, but it would take a lot going wrong for us to lose the division if we win this game, as we run a fake. It's not a punt. It is a sweep to the fullback, who is technically our tight end. We don't have a fullback on the roster, so that's our backup tight end running it, but nonetheless, we just ran a fake thing. And I mentioned this is a sim league, and you gotta punt the football, but you are allowed to fake a game, and I took advantage of my one fake a game opportunity. Now, we didn't get anything going for the rest of the drive, and End result, we still punt the ball with John Ryan, but, you know, we did take off about a minute and a half off that clock, and that's important because we have a 21-point lead. The best friend we have right now is the clock. We just got to shoot that thing down and hopefully get ourselves a victory. Don't give up any big plays like he's trying to get right here. He does get out of bounds to stop that clock, and as you guys see, Drew Brees has entered the game, so maybe Drew Brees can spark something right here. A little 3 for 5 passing so far, 2nd and 2, dumping it down, fighting, but actually going to lose yardage right here and stay in bounds. That's going to keep the clock moving. That play was not too productive. This one is to the outside, 1st down, out of bounds, 16-yard line. Oh, that pass is caught as well. Drew Brees is zipping him in. Now he's throwing it up, and it's intercepted. Why would you even try that on Richard Sherman? The 6'3" lockdown cornerback, one of the best in the NFL, showing off his skills right there. That's a touchback at the 20-yard line. Drag route to Kurtz, trying to get the 1st down. 3 minutes to go in this game. That is not a 1st down on 3rd and 2. Looking to pass this football with Wilson, and that's sky high, intended for Jimmy Graham, not even close to anyone, which might have been the best thing since there were defenders near him, as Tavon Austin trying to return this football. Little hesitation move right there with 2:18 left. It's going to take nearly a miracle to get back in this game. Maybe wondering why I was throwing the football right there. I was just, you know, testing a couple of stuff out. Like I said, you know, it's a little bit of a friendly game, so whereas in a normal game in the CFM, I would run the ball out and show respect to the opponent. You know, Brian and I are kind of just messing around, having some fun right now, so you'll see me not break rules, but bend them a little bit. 2nd down and 10. That's a dump down to Todd Gurley, and Gurley's been showing some strength all game long. It seems like it takes more than one defender to bring him down every time, as a broken play on 3rd down. That's going to cause a loss of yardage. 4th down to try to stay alive, and he gets the catch, just getting it by Earl Thomas to J.J. Nelson, and that's going to be a touchdown, and that was on Richard Sherman's side, so that's pretty impressive, as the onside kick is recovered by Walden with a minute 12 left. That should solidify the victory, as Thomas Rawls trying to get a 100-yard game, and he's got that, and then some. Thomas Rawls gonna put a little pretty bow on this one, and that is what, 2 touchdowns. I don't remember how many touchdowns Thomas Rawls has had. It might be 2, it might be 3. Thomas Rawls, in these games that we play nowadays, it seems like every single game, he's guaranteed to have at least 2 rushing touchdowns. Last year, it was all about Russell Wilson's getting rushing touchdowns for us. Now, it's all about Thomas Rawls doing that. And that's fine, man. I'd rather have my running back do that than my quarterback. But the most important thing is we're winning games, and we get the victory against the Rams. So, good game 2 to Rams. We end up winning 31-10. You guys see the stats right here. Leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Madden 17 connected franchise, whenever Madden 17 stuff you guys like, and I'll catch you guys next time.